Hi, I'm Johnny. I'm a global artist ambassador for FENIX360, and I am blessed to be joined today by the roots rock reggae artist QADAMAWE NYNE. Kadame, how are you, bro?
Bless up, man. I'm good. I'm doing wonderful, and it's a pleasure to be doing this interview with you and to be online with listeners and everybody. Mhm.
QADAMAWE, it is my blessing too, man. I appreciate you, and thanks for being with me. Hey, listen, I was hoping that we could share not only your journey and how you became an artist, but some of your music too. So I was hoping that we could tune into your track Spiritual Metaphor. Sound good?
Sounds wonderful. It sounds great.
All right,
Yes.
cool, man. All right, everybody, let's tune in now to Away 9 with Spiritual Metaphor.
Going forth in the name of His Majesty, yeah. Going forth in the name of His Majesty, yeah. Going forth in the name of His Majesty, yeah. Going forth in the name of His Majesty, yeah. You will be swing and we stone, whoa, 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 whoa. Face slaughter the bigger head in a room. And me donkey jumbo on. Fi conquer the whole of them and come back alone. Give me swing and me stone, whoa, 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 whoa. Face slaughter the bigger head in a room. And me donkey jumbo on. Fi conquer the whole of them and come back alone. Well, I see legions, yeah, of fallen angel lining up for battle in this your final war. On the forehead is the mark of death and destruction. Their ultimate plan is to take over every nation. Oh well, I see the kings of the earth sipping from them cup of fornication and eating their bloody meat at their banquets of abomination. Children, you must read the book of Revelation. Children, oh no must seek the conquering the lion. We sling and we stone, whoa, 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 whoa. Face slaughter the bigger head in a row. And me donkey jumbo on. We conquer the Philistine and come back alone. We sling and we stone, whoa, 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 whoa. Face slaughter the giant in a row. Me donkey jumbo on. We conquer the whole of them. Them your buckle feel and go left behind the ark of the covenant. Just teaching it and me sword and me shield. Me trample the bear, eagle, dragon, even elephant. Well, and no flesh and blood we go fight, yeah. In this your holy war. Chant down all form of darkness. Righteousness we fighting for.
Away 9. Thank you so much, brother. Great to share your music with everybody. Now, can you tell me, where are you from and how did you first get involved in becoming a musical artist?
Well, I'm from the island of Grand Bahama in the Bahamas,
Beautiful.
and yeah, my dad was a guitarist in a local band here in the Bahamas, and he played in the band. He was the lead vocalist and lead guitarist. And my mom also played the keyboard in church and stuff like that. So I had music. Music was always around me. Now, I really got into it deeply when my older brothers then would be playing a lot of music in the house, like in particular reggae music, like yeah, Jimmy Cliff and Mighty Diamonds and
Yeah.
yeah, Bob Marley. So I couldn't escape it, you know.
Oh, that's beautiful inspirations, man, from your family, your dad and your mom, both from your dad's kind of instrumental prowess and then your mom's religious inspiration and then your older brothers with their reggae love. That's beautiful, bro.
Yes.
And some of the artists
Thank
that you mentioned, I always QADAMAWE, I always like to ask, what kinds of artists maybe helped influence you? So you mentioned some of those reggae greats. Were there other artists that you might have in mind that you loved or inspired by?
There were well, predominantly it was like the reggae artists.
Uh-huh.
I just love nice, good reggae music, but I listened to a little bit. I like to listen to Stevie Wonder and and different artists in different genres. But my greatest love and passion was surrounded by the reggae industry, the reggae genre.
Yes, brother.
Hmm.
And I also am so inspired by reggae as a genre. But it's interesting that you mentioned some of the other artists like Stevie Wonder and it seems to me because you are the front man singer performer, that you might be inspired by some of those other performers who are also front men and women who are singer-songwriters, right? So let me ask this question as far as some of the inspirations for the songs that you write, what are some of the themes that you like to operate in terms of the subject matter of your content?
Well, one time ago, I would actually decide and say, "Hey, I'm gonna choose this topic and write about this topic and that topic." But uh, one time it's like I stop doing it. I just wait for it to come to me. So it's not that I pick a topic when it comes, then I just write it and sing it and perform it. But it's nothing I say, well, hey, I'm gonna pick this topic or pick that topic. When it comes to it, to me, it's more like, hey, it's more spiritual.
Yes, brother. In fact, that's such a natural, almost like download that you get from Holy Spirit. That vibe that inspires you to want to create and capture some of the feelings that you have that come arbitrarily. You know what I mean? Possibly when you're just doing some other kind of activity or whatever, it might come to you, and then it leads you to write. So that's beautiful inspiration, and it's very natural, and it also speaks to your soul.
Organic.
Yeah, right?
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
soul's calling. It's a birthing from within. It's almost like a natural spring water, um,
exactly.
bubbling forth, right? So let me ask this question. You know what I mean? Now you've become very seasoned, and you have content available on the digital platforms. And what is your current focus now? What are you working on?
Well, I'm currently working on an EP,
Uh-huh.
7 songs on the EP, and I'm working more a lot with my band,
Uh-huh.
and reaching out to get on festivals and venues, and it's all about just getting this music out there to the masses on a grand level. I mean, it would take time, of course, but patience is a virtue. But that
Indeed.
is the intent. Yeah.
That's great, man. And it's like little by little, but you know what I mean? As again, naturally this progression, takes root. And that is another metaphor that I love to share with regard to, your spiritual designation and roots rock reggae. So let me ask this now, as far as if fans were going to discover you, Kanamawe, how would they do that? Where are you located on the digital world and in the social realms?
Yes, well, I'm on Facebook. They could find me on Facebook, QADAMAWE 9. They could find me on Instagram. They
Mhm.
could find me. I'm also on Twitter. I'm on TikTok.
Yeah.
And they could find me on YouTube, QADAMAWE 9, you know.
Beautiful.
And
Yeah.
yes, yes. And also, my thing is I'm producing and bringing forward quality music and want the people them to really check it out because there's a message in the music and I really would like them to sip up some of that music still,
Yes,
you know.
man. I want them to gravitate it too. And that's why we're so happy that you're part of the Phoenix 360 app family too, where fans can discover and connect with you directly, as well as your other social media links and the links to your music and platforms that I will post below our interview today. QADAMAWE, one more question I'd like to ask, as far as, the inspirations that you have that encourage your creativity, and maybe in some cases when artists get stuck, is there anything that you do to help cultivate, your creativity that might be outside of the art? What do you do to help feed your soul?
Well, I try to be consistent in walking in love,
Yeah.
right? I try to be consistent in exercise and working out, because that is all good for the body, mind, and soul,
Yes, man. That makes sense.
interacting with people, also doing charity work, etc.,
Uh-huh. Well, listen, that is such a generous type of vibration, to want to connect with others, and also to have a holistic perspective about your body and your soul and your mind. So I think that's very encouraging, and I think all of us can be inspired to replicate that kind of positive self-love and love for all things living, man. So I really
Exactly.
appreciate that wisdom. So listen, I want everyone to check out the social media links you find below for the roots rock reggae artist QADAMAWE NYNE, and also look for his rise on FENIX360. And brother, thank you so much for connecting with me today.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for the listeners. And remember to check out QADAMAWE NYNE, and support the team. We really appreciate you, and we want to come to a city near you to bring this music live. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
man.
do appreciate.
We appreciate you. QADAMAWE NYNE. Look for him on the digital platforms you find below and on FENIX360. Bless you, brother. Blessings and respect.
One love, one love, one love. Thank you very much. Likewise.
One love, brother.
Peace. Yes.
Babylon I infiltrate, we keep the people them in the darkness, while them suck out them blood like a vampire. And what do them? Them must have to feel the wrath of Jack correction. Well, this is QADAMAWE NYNE. I'm here tell it like it is. Global crisis, yeah.
Global crisis.
Universal crisis, yeah.
Universal crisis.
People crying, yeah, yeah. All over the world. Listen up, my people. The price of petroleum continues to hike. Nowadays it's expensive to purchase bread basket items. Me wonder who them are frightened, yeah. The whole wide world is in a recession. Dollars now running at this financial oppression. Yet still my people run go support them election. Global crisis, yeah.
Global crisis.
Universal crisis, yeah.
Universal crisis.
People crying, yeah, yeah. All over the world. Check it out, my people. When will the people see Babylon creating poverty and confusion? It's just a strategy to keep the people on their knees. Corporate and financial giants wanting more and more. Moral values of the strong have seemed to exit to the door. Global crisis, yeah.
Global crisis.
Universal crisis, yeah, yeah. People crying, yeah, yeah. All over the world. Check it out, my people. Population control. Federal reserving billions of gold. With them plunder from kingdoms and stone. Them heart it filthy and cold. So don't get caught on them road. Human cargo stockpiling souls. Ancient truth inscribed on parchment scroll. Mysteries reveal and stories finally told. Those with eyes shall surely behold, and those who are inspired utter it bold. It was written, predestined to unfold.